Yeah, it's your boy Crypto Blood, and welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. It is April 11th, 2019. Shout out to my man Tyler D for that song request. I'm sneaking it in there, bro. I know last week was all Nipsey, but we still got a couple more song requests before we get back to our regular scheduled song pick. So he wanted to hear, guys, Nipsey Hussle featuring Mozzie. Mozzie is a nice West Coast artist, kind of on the low. You know, if you're not really into hip hop that much, you probably never heard of Mozzie, but he's pretty good. I think he's from the Bay Area or Sacramento, one of the two. But shout out to Tyler D for this song request. Actually, this is one of my favorite Nipsey Hussle joints right here. So thanks for that, man. And today is the homegoing celebration, live celebration, whatever you want to call it, of Nipsey Hussle. Streaming actually right now live. I'm glad to see he's had so much impact on the community, but at the same time, just so sad to see him go so early, and from our eyes, right? Again, shout out to a legend, Nipsey Hussle, and we're gonna get right into this today, people. How you guys doing? So for this episode, people, we are going to be taking a look at something that Harvard's doing. They're really pouring millions of dollars into Blockstack. I'll explain to you guys what this is. If you guys don't recall, maybe about a year or so ago, I covered an article about Harvard endowment fund actually investing into cryptos a little bit. So it looks like they're taking another step further with this investment into this company called Blockstack. So we'll take a look at that. It's out of Decrypt Media. And then the second article, actually, I saw this article on a cryptocurrency related website, but I decided to find one that was a non-crypto related website to kind of see what their angle is on it. And it's out of Forbes, and it's about Coinbase and Visa kind of making their own debit card. And it's ironic because I think just yesterday, the Shift card, any of you who had that card would know, that service just shut down, I think yesterday. So it's just kind of, it's not a coincidence in my opinion to see Coinbase roll out their card maybe 2 days ago in the UK. So we're going to take a look at this article, and it's really going to show you guys, and this proves my point. A lot of us out here are pushing their coin as far as a payment coin, like a Litecoin or Bitcoin Cash or whatever coin you feel like will be the future coin used for e-commerce and commerce in general. It really proves, in my opinion, that it doesn't matter, that the coins won't be used for that. It'll be used as more of a speculative play, and you'll have to pick whichever one you think will be the one that will go up in value the most. But at the end of the day, people are either going to use stable coins, right, or an item like this where it's a Visa card or a MasterCard, and it's connected to your crypto wallet. So that's going to eliminate the edge that many people tout out there about their particular favorite currency, cryptocurrency. It's not gonna matter how fast it is. That's not gonna be a factor. So you got to look further than that. Come up with another reason. Is it community, or is it the supply that makes you think that it's going to increase in value faster than some of the other competing currencies, cryptocurrencies? It can't be the speed. So I think this article will really show that. It should highlight that for you guys, that should not be the criteria for you to pick which coin is the best coin. So again, we'll take a look at both of those articles here in a second. Let's take a look at that market cap though. We're currently at 171 billion, off about 12 billion since the last time I did a video. And as you can see here, we're kind of in a channel again. If I just draw this, I'm not drawing it perfectly, but as you can see, we're kind of in a channel. Got to make sure we try to stay above here. I thought we had a breakout in Bitcoin the other day. It looked very promising, but there was a hard smackdown by the bears that just lets you know we are still not out of the woods just yet, people. And this is the candle that I'm talking about right here. We're talking about from peak to trough. On that day, we had a 6% move. That's pretty big. So there's a lot of sellers that came in and slammed us down. Almost 7% move that day. We're not out of the woods yet, people. There's a lot of resistance in this region. It's normally not a particular price, but actual regions where we have to pass through. And so that's where we are with that. Still not bullish yet. And the reason why this is a significant area is because this is the last real support area that we broke right here, this area. This was the area that we broke back in November. So we haven't recovered since then. So let's just see what happens. I'm still kind of neutral plus at this moment until we break above that area and trade maybe 6 to 12 hours above, and then I'll feel comfortable with us going bullish here. And then from there, I would be bullish up until 6,000. That's the major one, like 6K, that region, because we held that line for, oh my God, look how long we flatlined for months, literally like for 2 months, 3 months, we were flatlining at 6K around there. So that is a huge resistance area. So even if we do break above this 5,300, 6K is really 6,200, 6,100 range, give or take a couple of hundred points, is the ultimate resistance area. If we do break above 5,300, I think at the 6,000 marker is where we'll actually see a decent retracement back before we test it again and try to blow through that area. So that's kind of my 2 Satoshis on that. First article, though, is out of Forbes, guys, and it is about this Coinbase Visa partnership, if you want to call it. It says here, Coinbase and Visa are making Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripples, XRP, and Litecoin payments a reality. Bitcoin and other major cryptocurrencies, including Ethereum, Ripples, XRP, and Litecoin, have long struggled against accusations they are harder to spend and use in real world than their traditional fiat counterparts. The Bitcoin price, which leaped higher last week, has been called too unstable and volatile to be made as a means of payment, resulting in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies being used more of a store of value like gold than traditional means of exchange currency. And this is exactly what I've been saying. This is my theory on this whole space at the moment. Will that change? Possibly. It could possibly change in the future. But as I've stated, and you guys, many of you have seen the interview that I did with Charlie Lee, founder of the Litecoin project. He and I agree. It may be 20, 30 years before we see these cryptocurrencies, if they're still the ones that we know today, if they're still around, to be stable enough to be used as a day-to-day means of payment. We will have to use these types of mediums to interact with commerce. So it goes on to say here, now major Bitcoin and cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase has teamed up with global payments processor Visa to try to change that, launching the Coinbase card, which allows users to spend crypto as effortlessly as the money in their bank. The Visa debit card, which has a $6.50 card issuance fee, can be used to spend Coinbase, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripples, XRP, and Litecoin balances in millions of locations around the world. By converting the cryptocurrency to fiat when the card is used, the merchant or store gets paid in traditional fiat currencies. It goes on to say here, Coinbase users can choose which cryptocurrency it used on the card through a new app which supports all cryptocurrency assets available to buy and sell on the Coinbase platform. The app also offers instant receipts, transaction summaries, and spending categories to help people keep track of their spending. This is the first debit card to link directly with a major cryptocurrency exchange, allowing people to spend their crypto balances direct from the Coinbase account. Coinbase, as in a statement, announced the launch of the card. Previously available cryptocurrency cards require users to preload a specific amount of the crypto onto their card, adding a point of friction to the process. The Coinbase card is currently only available in the UK, but the San Francisco-based exchange, which was valued at around $8 billion in October, plans to roll out support to other European countries in the oncoming months. There are no plans yet for support outside of Europe. Apto Payments, previously known as Shift Payments, is providing the technology for Coinbase after discontinuing its own Shift card, allowing US Coinbase users to spend crypto from their accounts in February. Oh, so that's what they're actually a part of this new rollout, it looks like. And actually Forbes is pretty much flat out wrong about this card being the first one connected to an exchange. Well, maybe they don't consider Coinsbank an exchange, but that was one of the, I had a Coinsbank account maybe 3-4 years ago, and they had a debit card that was linked to multiple wallets, and they were an actual exchange. Now their fees were just crazy. The fees with Coinbase are much lower, but they're not the first to do it. There have been many cards out there. I've had a few of them myself. But what does this mean? To me, this flattens the competitive edge between many of these coins if they were being solely used as a cryptocurrency. Now, some of the coins do have other purposes, but this is obvious, right? People, let me know your thoughts about this. I think this is major just because Coinbase is so big. It's going to definitely open up many more people to using their cryptocurrencies on a daily basis. And it's actually going to increase volume because every time you swipe, there's going to be a transaction on the exchange in the open market. Does that have a positive effect or a negative as far as on price pressure? I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know how much when people buy stuff with their cryptos, how often are they replacing it? You guys let me know. Is this an upward pressure on the price of cryptocurrencies as services like this Coinbase Visa card gets more popular, or is this a negative pressure on the price of cryptocurrencies over time? I would love to know what you guys think about that. But again, to me, it just supports my theory of really what the role of cryptocurrencies will be going forward. Don't let people shield you on their coins just because they hold big bags of it. It's not going to matter. It's just going to be a preference on which one you want to hold as an asset, as a digital asset, and you're going to spend via these types of mechanisms, or you're going to spend stable coins, which are, I would assume from this article, are going to be able to be spent as well. So you'll be able to sync your card to your stablecoin wallet on Coinbase as well. There you have it. Let me know your thoughts again on all of this. That's pretty bullish news, in my opinion, for the crypto scene in general because of Coinbase being so big. The next article out of Decrypt Media says here, Harvard and others pour millions into Blockstack's SEC compliant $50 million capped token sale. So Blockstack's security offering is designed to be open to everyone, even Harvard's getting in on the fun. So what is Blockstack? Well, they're a blockchain software provider. It says here the Harvard Management Company, a $37.1 billion fund and the largest academic endowment program in the world, appears to have invested millions of dollars in a forthcoming unregistered token sale planned by Blockstack. It says here, this means that one of the leading university endowments is comfortable holding tokens directly, wrote Bitcoin evangelist Anthony Pomp. Blockstack has lodged a request with the SEC that, if approved, will allow it to sell $50 million worth of stack tokens using the SEC's so-called Regulation A+ exemption. The exemption offers two tiers, allow startups to sell up to either 20 million or 50 million worth of securities to non-accredited investors without formally registering them. Though this still requires regulatory oversight, Blockstack will raise the funds via Blockstack LLC, a subsidiary. And I don't know if you guys remember, I did a kicking it session with Paris from Eden Geo Energy, I think it's called, and they're doing this. He's a MIT doctorate student, and he has a startup where he's doing the same thing. He's going through this Reg A channel to raise funds and allow non-accredited investors to participate. So this is, again, I think this is definitely the wave. This is like ICO 2.0 along with like initial exchange offerings. I think these two strategies are going to be very popular here in 2019 and going forward. It says here the company's filings submitted today describes an advisory committee convened to observe Blockstack's progress. Among the committee's members is a representative of the Harvard Management Company, which along with funds Lux Capital and Foundation Capital has purchased 95 million stacks, roughly a third of the 295 million that will be sold. With stacks going for about 30 cents each, that amounts to a total investment of around $28.7 million. Bitcoin booster Anthony Pomp reckons that Harvard's share would fall between 5 and 10 million. There you have it. Interesting article, and it just highlights again this new wave of structuring, if you want to call it so-called ICO 2.0s. You guys start looking for these types of projects and get involved. You just never know which of these companies is going to be the future. Amazon, Google, whatever. Get into them now. You'll have the ability to have a stake in it, an actual equity stake in it. This is beautiful. The little man can participate. And so start doing your due diligence on these types of structures in the blockchain community. I think it's going to be very lucrative. It's going to pay off if you do your homework and pick the right companies. What companies, if any, are you guys keeping an eye out on that are structuring their, if you want to call it ICO, in this manner? Let me know in the comments below. Maybe I'll take a look at it myself as well. But that's pretty much it for today, ladies and gents. Again, shout out to my man Taylor D for the song request. Again, one of my favorite Nipsey Hussle joints, Ain't Hard Enough, featuring Mozzie. Shout out to a real one, to a king, to a legend, Nipsey Hussle. And make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. If you want to support this channel, you definitely need to subscribe and click that bell as well. That's pretty much it, people. Make sure you get over to CryptoBlood.io too. I got merch over there, people. I'm out of here. Holla!